Thank you. Madam Speaker, I would like to address the House and talk about how I've been mistreated as a freshman member of Congress and how crimes have been committed against me. They've been caught by the Capitol Police. They have been sent to the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice is refusing to prosecute these crimes. This is another example of the two-tiered justice system that we are living under right now under the Biden Department of Justice and Democrat leadership. Now, I'd like to go back to the beginning. These come on many news articles that have come out just on the news that this has happened to me. But I would like to remind the House that starting on February 4th, as a freshman member of Congress, I was kicked off committees by the Democrat majority and 11 of my Republican colleagues, unfortunately. So I serve here as a member of Congress without committees representing my district, but I've continued to work hard. I would also like to remind the House that on February 24th, after we had voted on the Equality Act and we had been debating back and forth, I had made many statements based on my beliefs, based on biblical truth, based on the beliefs of my district that I represent, that there are only two genders, male and female, and I stand firm on that. But yet it was my Democrat colleague across the hall placed a trans flag across the hall from my office to apparently maybe shame me for my vote. That had happened. Then, in response to that, I simply put up a sign outside my office responding to the flag. But it continued on. There was also another incident on June 29th where one of my Democrat colleagues screamed at me in the Cannon Tunnel, yelling and screaming at me for having a mask pulled down to my chin while I was talking on a Facebook Live video. So all of it was caught on video. And then that member then went to the speaker and claimed that I had attacked her and was able to get her office moved because apparently she claimed I was a threat to her where I was not. And she was given a security detail for her protection. Then even there were 73 Democrat colleagues introduced a resolution to expel me from Congress. Let me let you know what that says. It simply says that Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene be and she hereby is expelled from the House of Representatives, giving no reason whatsoever for this resolution. But yet it is sponsored by one of my Democrat colleagues and co-sponsored by 73 other of my Democrat colleagues. Yet I've done nothing wrong. What else happened? Well, let's go a little further. I have over $100,000 in mask fines. And then when I went before the Ethics Committee on my House on these mask fines, 4 of the 5 Democrats on the House Ethics Committee also have their name on this resolution to expel me from Congress. I asked them to recuse themselves, and they refused. Therefore, that wasn't very fair. That's not fair treatment. I've even had my character attacked on the House floor, calling me horrendous names, horrible names, insulting names that aren't true about me at all, accusing me of things that I've never done, especially involving January 6th. Then there was even an effort recently to remove my name off of the ballot so that the people of my district couldn't even vote for me. And that came from a Democrat left-wing group that was funded by Democrats. I beat that in court. But all of this time, with all of these things happening, the media has promoted all of it. And because of this, I have had nearly 60 official death threats, 21 death threats, direct ones. And there's a man from New York currently on trial for threatening to kill me. 19 indirect threats. These are basically death wishes and harassment. And 8 sexually related threats individuals that have made threats of sexual assaults against myself and members of my family. I'll give you a few examples. In quotes, one person said, "I need to effing kill you." Another one said, "Marjorie Greene should find a bullet in her head." Another one said, "I can't wait till you get raped until you are dead." And another threat said, "I'll come see you and your children," and it went on and on. Now, all during this time, I have requested for protection, saying I need help, I need protection. I don't feel safe in these buildings. I don't feel safe at all, and all of that has been denied. But I've watched many of my colleagues across the aisle in the majority party receive a lot of protection and help, but I've gotten none. But just recently, I want to go through some things that happened. This sign seems to upset people so much, but it's a simple truth that is an example of what I believe based on my Christian faith, based on what the Bible says in Genesis, that God created us in his image, male and female, he created us. And this is also the majority belief of the people from Georgia's 14th district. This sign has been attacked repeatedly. As a matter of fact, it's been attacked 11 times. 9 times it's been vandalized, twice it's been stolen. But there's been a very specific series of attacks that's happened, and there's 7 of these. January 25th was the first report of 2022, was the first report of this type of destruction. And this is where, instead of people writing on it or stealing the sign, this was where someone decided to put a sticker on the sign with using Bible verses to attack my Christian faith and covering mostly the word female. You can take that one down, Taylor. Then the sign destruction continued. Each time we would replace it, the same thing would happen again. And I want to remind everyone, this is when our house offices were still closed to the public. So it was apparent that it was someone working, a staff member somewhere in our office building. So again, it showed up. Another sticker attacking my Christian faith, mostly over the word female. It happened on February 1st, 2022. Then on February 2nd, 2022. Then on February 22nd. You can put up another one, Taylor. And on February 28th. So each time the stickers were placed on the sign attacking my Christian faith, even if I wrote something back, it didn't matter, another sticker would appear. You can go ahead and put another one up. And every single attack had to do with a Bible verse, and it was directed at me, maybe even saying a sticker of a picture of Jesus that said, "I never knew you, MTG." That was on the previous one. So my staff and I, we had been communicating with the House Sergeant at Arms multiple times, but we were never getting a response. And I had requested cameras multiple times, but not getting any cameras. Until finally, the House Sergeant at Arms came to my office, and I talked to them out in the hallway and was very loud in the hallway about my need for surveillance cameras because I have nothing to hide. I'm perfectly fine with all the cameras in this building, all the cameras in Longworth where my office is. Myself and my staff have nothing to hide, but clearly there's other people that do. So I was demanding surveillance cameras because this entire time this had been going on, at this point, it had been over a year. And the person that was continually attacking this sign is also attacking me and is angry at me. I did not know if this was a person that I got in the elevator with alone. I did not know if this person was someone that I may be on an escalator with, passing in the hallway, passing on the stairwell. I didn't know if this is a person that maybe personally knew me or someone I had never talked to in my life. But what I did know is the attacks kept coming. They would not stop. There was someone that worked in the building, and they clearly hated me. And I felt very unsafe. I felt my life was in danger, especially with the amount of death threats that I receive against myself and my family, and the complete refusal from the Sergeant-at-Arms leadership to provide me with any kind of security or protection. But finally, they put surveillance cameras up, and that was installed by the House Sergeant-at-Arms on March 4th. But guess what? Additional destruction continued. It happened again on March 10th. How about that? 6 days after the camera went up, the sign was attacked again. And of course, against my Christian faith, attacking my religion, and always making sure it was somewhere covering the word female on the sign, attacking my gender. So, but this time on March 10th, there happened to be a camera installed. So the suspect was caught on camera on March 10th, and again, he was caught on camera on March 11th. So 2 times in 1 week, he was caught. But you know what? They didn't tell me who it was. They refused to tell me who this person was. They caught him on camera. They issued an arrest warrant to the Department of Justice at the U.S. Attorney's Office on March 15th for destruction of public or private property under the D.C. Code 22-3312.01. So they had caught him, they had it on video, knew who it was, and they still refused to tell me. No one would tell me who this person is. So I'm still living in fear of who is this person, why are they doing this, and are they possibly one of the people threatening my life?